stolen vehicle here now northbound on Long Beach from Greenleaf, and as I come out wider, you can see it's not a really fast speed chase. Let me drop some of these lines off of the map for you so you can get a better look. But you can see the speed
What's
here.
up?
They think that the driver is returning to an area that he's familiar with, possibly a residence here in the Compton area. But again, driving relatively slow.
I had to run back up here from tennis.
Started about 20 minutes ago with LAPD trying to.
I had to run back up here from tennis. I am all sweaty. We have a chase. We have a chase. We have a chase.
On how it was stolen, but they do
Let me get these tweets
know
out.
the location of this person's home.
Look how
So
sweaty.
they believe he's
This
in
is all
the
sweat.
area.
This is from the
Tries to
tennis
get
court.
there and continues to come in now. They might try a pit maneuver right here. He's going to make a slow right turn here, swinging into the wrong side of
All
the
right.
road, and we're going to come out to a wider.
We are
shot. So you
back.
can see exactly the following here going on. This is on Bolus, and they might try to pit right here.
Huh?
Oh,
Pit maneuver.
not enough. Oh, but now he's hard on the brakes. Oh, now he's going to go. So that tactic right there. By
Oh, a little duck duck goose here on a Friday afternoon.
Assault with a deadly weapon on a police officer.
Now that everybody's here, a little
Slammed on his brakes.
boogity boogity boogity.
Said that yet, but,
Let's go chasing here in Compton, California, 2:59 p.m. Pacific time. We are on Alondra Boulevard. Oh boy. Oh boy. Losing signal.
Okay.
We are close to Downey. All roads lead to Downey. I'm using, by the way, I'm having to use a window capture, not a display capture in OBS, so the audio is going to be a little off sync, unfortunately. And the stream might be a little more, I don't want to say glitchy, but, well, the signal from the helicopter is glitchy.
The driver is known to the.
That's not the OBS. That's the
They're saying that
helicopter's
the driver
fault.
is known to the police, and they know the driver's address. So it's obviously someone that they've dealt with before. And you can see some people out here on the street taking pictures.
People everywhere on the sidewalk. Clout chase.
The car had to stop here because of cross traffic. This is.
I'm sweating my ass off, and not because of the chase. This was an hour of tennis right here. I had to run back up here from the court. Unfortunately, oh, look at the guy on the sidewalk filming this. There's donut circles everywhere. Look, he's in the middle of a bunch of donut circles. I am sweaty. Very sweaty. I did. Live for View says, Rob, you came straight from tennis to stream. The police chase life, I didn't choose it. It chose me. I had to run over here while running for an hour playing tennis. It's just so pretty out. Unfortunately, Gil Levis' signal sucks ass today. This is usually reserved for NBC. But we are dealing with.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, you hear Gil's talking about the McDonald's Wi-Fi. It would be nice to watch the chase. Or should I do a... Okay, we're back. I'm going to start fucking with you guys. Every time that it glitches out, and you guys blame me for the signal. But
News Center, Skycam, are we okay into Santiago, or how about Saddle?
no Eliana, just Gil Levis in the air for... What? Pit maneuver!
Pit maneuver, right there, pit maneuver.
Pit maneuver!
Okay.
Oh, that was perfect. Back right quarter panel. Engine stalled. Just like that.
They did.
Into the fence. I don't know if they were going fast enough to stall the engine.
We'll see if the drivers are going to be able to get that car started again, but it was a perfect pit maneuver on a very narrow street. Put that car right up on the sidewalk here, and now the officers with their guns drawn will see what the driver decides to do.
You did get here just in time. Canine units? I don't see canine units. It'll say canine on top of the LAPD vehicles. No canine units. No Doge. No code fur. That was a textbook. That was a perfect pit. Look at that. Pit him right into the wall, too. Off the street. No parked cars. No pedestrians. Drove right through him. You really got to finish your swing if you're going for a pit maneuver. You can't stop and hesitate. Got to drive right through, as we've seen all those perfect pits.
So we're listening to the LAPD
Speaking of
right
perfect
now because
pits.
they're facing each other. They can see him on the phone trying to communicate with somebody. So it's unclear what's going to happen at this point. There was, during this pursuit, before we got here, we heard that there was...
Somebody said, go into the shed. Please go into the shed. That means we get Doge.
Pickup truck. It's unclear if
There's a shed right there.
Over or not. But at this point...
We're on shed watch. Yep.
The driver's going to be able to exit that passenger side. Oh, he's on the move. Look at that.
Huh?
So Scott's disabled. He's able to move it.
What?
Just like you said, Lou.
The car's moving.
Again, when you think of
we have seen engines not stalled that if you wait enough time, they will refire. Zombie car. The pit is supposed to stall the engine. I hope.
Definitely, that officer was wise to do that, blocking that sidewalk. He had a straight line to go forward, but for some reason is not trying to leave at this point. But we saw him surge forward a little bit, and now the felony stop in progress with those guns drawn. We'll see what the driver decides to do, but the driver cannot get out the driver's side, so he's going to have to exit that passenger side. Again, we're at Greenleaf.
Yeah, it's not great that he's facing the cops, because if he gets that engine fired, he's going to drive right through him. That's assault with a deadly weapon, ADW. Question in the chat from Andrew, why not slide some spike strips? They were actually trying to do spike strips right when we went live. So they do have them in these vehicles. I don't think every unit has spike strips. It is the end of the month. It's the end of the month, and it's Friday. Chases breed chases, people. If you weren't here the other day, we had 4 chases. And the only way you would have known about them is if you're following @SkyWobAlerts on Twitter. Twitch only allows me to send out 1 notification every 4 hours. So if there's another chase, if there's an avalanche of chases like you saw a couple days ago, you would only know about them if you were following SkyWobAlerts. So shout out to everyone who finds me on Twitch, but you're going to need an alternative, especially as we approach rush hour here on a Friday. That's a Dodge Charger, yes. Man's Chair 4 says, if any of these networks were smart, they'd hire WAD to call these chases. No, listen, we have the varsity team. Gail Levis, Eliana Moreno, Chris Christie, Desmond Shaw, Justin O'Brien, Julia Day. Maybe Stu Mundell. Stu Mundell is just OG. He's lost his fastball.
The window came down here on the passenger side. It looks like the driver is kind of flailing.
Some damage there. Look at that. Look at the back right quarter panel. No scratches. That's from the pit maneuver.
But so far he's not. He was.
Those are caused. Look at it looks like a scratch mark, like a claw got it, and that's because the cage in front of that pit certified LAPD vehicle got its claws in there. And look at the dent in the back right. That is a perfect pit. Stu was like inside the NBA of police chases back in my day. They had the new breed of chases. They couldn't chase back in in my day. What's going on here in the passenger seat?
Yeah, because he abruptly hit.
Yeah, you see that, King Ross?
Really good reason.
The pit maneuver battle scars on the back right quarter panel.
He could have rear-ended the suspect vehicle, but they didn't say it. But that's definitely we've seen it before, where they will intentionally slam on their brakes to try to disable the officer's vehicle. We do see a box. The guy put a box like he was going to throw it out.
Stu is more, pardon the interruption.
It was not the keys, but it looks like that is the driver now, and he's got
is that a beer?
Drink of some sort.
It's a tall boy. Cerveza Especial. Modelo. White can.
I'm crawling over, might be, might be crawling over a passenger. Nope, he's not.
What? Doors open? Ejectocito. Oh, take that last swig. Yep. Drink as much of that beer as you can. You're going to have to pee, though, if you start drinking the beer like that. Why not just add a little DUI? It is Friday, man. Friday beers.
He is. These officers here, they have a less lethal weapon pointed at them. That's the one there on the left. You can see that.
Yeah, those bright green
muzzle,
guns.
But they are definitely.
Those bright green guns are your non-lethal weapons that they can shoot.
So
Pepper
far,
balls,
it's working. He's got the
bags,
door
rubber
open
bullets.
in the passenger seat, but still not fully compliant. Oh, now he is. Let's see. He's going to come
Oh,
out.
okay, we're done with the beer.
Smoke a little bit.
Oh, yeah, we got. Oh, we're ripping darts too. Got to drink a little, smoke a little, taste of freedom before we head off to jail.
Now what they'll do is they may have him walk back. No, they're going to have him lay down right there. They must be pretty confident that no one else is in the vehicle.
Patrick Starfish on deck.
On him there.
We're going to have him do a little Patrick Starfish here in the middle of the hot asphalt.
Slowly
It's a
compliant.
gorgeous day here, but that asphalt, I imagine, does get a little toasty in the sun. Little asphalt angel coming right up here. Let's see his form.
Okay, that's a good sign.
Let's see his
Let's
form.
see if they
Spread.
move up on him, or they're going to make a call out to the vehicle to clear anybody out of there.
All right, now we do the
There's
starfish.
anybody in there. It seems like they're pretty confident there's no.
He's not spreading his legs very far. That's not a great starfish. The asphalt angel requires you really reach and put on a show for us. Hey, if you're watching this, by the way, I got to do I'm about to do a live stream on Twitter if you want to join me. We'll do a little post-game show. All right, we're moving in here to clear the vehicle first. They're probably going to find some beer cans, slap him with the DUI. That guy's got his non-lethal. Look at the green strap around his shoulder. That looked like a paintball gun. That's a lot of officers.
Yep.
And I think we're about to be code 4.
They're going to clear the car and the trunk.
Once they clear the trunk, we'll be code 4. You never know. You never know what's going to happen, man. Clown car. We could have 10 people pop out of that trunk the way things have hit. The way things have transpired in some previous chases. I think we're 4s in the chat. Yeah, let's go with code 4. I'm calling it. Code 4. You can't undo code 4. The same way that you're on set and they say the W word, rap. We're a rap. That means it's over. There is no more filming. We are a rap. We are code 4. Is that right that we have, let me see. One of the scanner accounts in Los Angeles is tweeting about another chase. So hold on, stand by, people. Yeah, yep, there's another chase. CBC, put it in the chat. There might be another chase here momentarily. Yep, I'm going to have Eliana's on it. Eliana's over. I gotta pull it up. Hold on. Bear with me, people. Yep, we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, what do I always tell you? Chases breed chases. Live with Eliana Moreno, News Chopper 4. We are in Pico Rivera now for our second chase. Okay, here we go. The sweet, sweet sounds of Eliana Moreno. Tell your people, get back in here. Get back in here now. Again, the audio, video, visual is going to be a little delayed. That's a white Dodge Charger XL. We're live on NBC4 now. You can hear the double. Here we go with the graphics. Crazy rates of speed here in Pico Rivera.
do believe it's a male, but unclear if there's anybody next to him. Of course, there's not going to be a lot of room for more than 2 to 3 people in this car at most. So at this point, we believe it's just the driver. Unknown circumstances under which he was able to take this vehicle. But I'm going to zoom in here, see if we can get some information off the side of this vehicle, so our assignment desk can start making some calls to figure out exactly how it is that this vehicle was taken. But
Is it stolen? Well, I'm sending out another alert. Hold on. It's a flatbed Dodge Charger in Pico Rivera.
This might also give me a chance to look at that passenger seat.
Oh God! Through an intersection.
We believe to be one person
Chases breed chases people. What do I tell you? Friday, end of the month, paycheck checks just hitting the account. Shit gets weird here in Los Angeles. Think I'm kidding when I say CBC? CBC. Chases breed chases. You get one, you're going to get 4. Choppers are in the air. And it's a Friday. We're headed to rush hour. These are prime chasing hours. Can we get a sure can? Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go chasing for the second time in the last hour. Stolen Dodge Charger is the one. 605 freeway. We're going to run into a little restricted airspace issues.
And this is a pursuit that started a few minutes ago. Again, this is in the area of Pico Rivera, now on the southbound 605. A stolen work truck is what officers are.
Ileana's asking if they can go around the airspace.
It looks like it's just one
airspace restriction
driver who's behind the stolen work truck. Still don't know how this truck was stolen per Eliana here, but we do know that this person, this driver, has been recklessly driving, dangerously driving on sidewalks, running red lights. Again, this is in the Rivera area right now.
We need you, Eliana.
We're trying to locate this driver, this stolen work truck.
Oh my God! Look at the right side of the screen with the replay. Oh my God! Almost hit the T-bone the bus. Oh, he hit the bus. Oh my God! He hit the bus on the replay.
So we're trying to catch up here. He is making his way northbound on the 605.
Y'all see that shit? Headed straight into a bus going perpendicular at the intersection. CHP in pursuit. That was so close to a nasty T-bone.
Because at this time of the day, the 605 South is actually the busier one of the two. But from what we hear, he is coming up to Washington right now here on
the wrong side of the road.
Of the 605. So we're going to be overhead here in just a second.
Good job, Eliana. Great job, Eliana. That's how you catch up around the airspace. Airship overhead. There is your LAPD unit. Replay of what you missed on the right side of the screen. Almost had a T-bone with a bus in an intersection. She's catching up to it right now. 605 southbound coming out of Pico Rivera.
Do we know how many units are behind this car? Or this truck, rather?
Copy. Okay, here's a replay of those of you that just missed it. We were on the sidewalk. Here comes the bus as we are running over all sorts of the bus.
So what we are hearing is that it is here in the just off of Whittier Boulevard, off of the 605. So it's going to be a little bit further up, George. If you can push a little bit forward, yeah. So it's going to be north of us here. Again, what we're hearing is 605 at Whittier here in Santa Fe, just north of Santa Fe Springs, entering Whittier.
If anyone can find this, it's the great Eliana Moreno.
605. You see, it's 3:15 this afternoon.
Traffic everywhere, running parallel to the 605. I think northbound.
Also very concerning is that, you know, a lot of people are starting to head out, right, to start their weekend.
Cool under pressure, Eliana. Stick with it.
Getting out of school.
Did you see the replay on the right side of the screen? How the fuck did he get through that?
Is driving recklessly. Is currently
how the hell did he get through that? Doing 60 miles an hour, there are cars practically parked in the intersection. There it is. Great job. Let's go.
I believe that's a look-alike vehicle, but that's not it. But this is the right area, so we're trying to get closer to it now. But again, just off of the 605 freeway here in the Whittier area. I'm trying to monitor the scanner to hear
way too late to pit.
They're calling it, but we did see some units in the area, though not directly behind it. So we're trying to get overhead, but again, in the area of the 605 and the 5 freeway here in the Whittier, Santa Fe Springs area.
All right, Eliana, can you tell us? Can you tell us?
Oh, she's got it. We're getting off.
The stolen truck there.
Yeah, so this is him now. He had gotten stuck in some traffic, which is why we were having trouble finding him there. He was kind of blending into that traffic, but he's actually exiting off of Whittier Boulevard right now, off of the 605 freeway. So he's
Oh
gonna be
God,
making
oh
that,
God, oh God, oh God, oh
eastbound
God.
turn onto Whittier Boulevard from the 605, and he's going to be entering what is a mix of residential and commercial areas here in the Whittier area.
All right, so on Whittier Boulevard, just exited the northbound 605. You see him trying to maneuver around traffic there. Again, this is a driver that you were following, Eliana. You said he was driving very recklessly, driving on the sidewalks, passing those red lights, and of course, just again at high speeds. So you see it right
oh God.
there, driving.
Can we please
ignoring
reframe
those,
so I don't have to
lanes
take my
there and just going in between there.
top left? Thank you. Oh God,
You know,
intersection,
again,
intersection.
Very concerning being that it's 3:17 in the afternoon. A lot of people are starting to get out. Schools are being let out as well. It's always so concerning to see drivers like this driving on these
We're in
streets,
Whittier. All
especially
roads
at
lead to
this
Downey.
hour.
We are very close to Downey, California, the mecca of police chasing.
Hearing them,
Oh God, oh, side drafting that white Dodge Charger. This XL flatbed Dodge Charger has a lot of leverage on these cars.
Usually the answer to that would be no, but unknown if they're going to try it anyway. I have seen them do pit maneuvers on pickup trucks, so this isn't that much larger.
This is, if you left the first chase, that's on you. Chases breed, chases people. Until this stream ends, there's always the potential of another chase happening. It is Friday rush hour here in Los Angeles.
Would even be possible, but it's definitely not possible at these speeds, about 55 miles an hour or so.
In the middle of gridlock traffic, we're up to 50 plus miles an hour in this massive
Eliana, can
Dodge
you give us,
Charger.
just a little bit more information as to where this driver is right now.
Yeah, so he's
Whittier
in the
Boulevard.
city of Whittier. He's east of the 605 on Whittier Boulevard, slowing down just a bit, which I'm not complaining about because the speeds that we saw when we originally got overhead were incredibly fast. He was driving on the wrong side of the road, running red lights. When we first got overhead, he was driving on the sidewalk.
That is a Dodge Charger. It's a XL version. Look at the front. That's the engine of a Dodge Charger. GID, Jabari. Oh, that back left is really weeping in the wind. Oh, we're low on the back left. There's some damage to that back left.
So perhaps that is why he is slowing down just a touch, but still about
See,
50 miles an hour
Nightbot.
here on,
We have a
Whittier
Nightbot that will identify the car that's involved in the chase. All you have to do is ask it. It says that the suspect's vehicle is a Dodge Charger.
It's unknown if it was an issue where it was a crime of opportunity where the rightful owner of this vehicle left it running and this guy got in, or if it was a carjacking or something of that nature. But we do know that it's LAPD's 77th Division that started this, which is on the way in South Los Angeles, off of like the 110 at Manchester. That's where
That's
their
right.
station is
Yeah,
located.
our Nightbot
And
uses
the
artificial
LAPD
intelligence
airships
to
were spotted
identify the
this
car during the stream.
on the, 110
It's crazy how
north
far
Manhattan.
AI
So
has
that's
come.
near USC, so we're a long ways away from where this all began. But he is now on like a little side street here off of Whittier Boulevard because, this might actually take him, this is going to take him to Washington. So Whittier at Washington, he knew the right way to go here to avoid some of that traffic there at Whittier Boulevard and is now southbound here, Washington at Putnam.
All right, and what kind of area is this, Eliana? I see some commercial buildings there.
So he's wrong side of the road. I'll mention that
Yes.
first.
Oh, that would very much be wrong side of the road.
About business areas, really, using that center section there to get by. He is. Oh wow! This
Oh my
is
God.
really dangerous.
Oh my
Look
God.
at
Now
this.
we're riding the median as we approach. Oh my God, we're coming to an intersection.
If I can call it that, to get by, but continuing Washington at Season, and this is mostly a commercial area, but we do have some homes every now and then here, just off of the major.
Okay, again, we just want to give anybody who's watching us right now and who
This might be
may know
worth a
somebody
4th
who-
star.
Oh, this is very, very concerning. You see this
might be
truck
worth a
driver,
4 star.
Police are following this truck driver currently on Washington Boulevard in the Whittier area.
Wrong
Am I
side of the
correct,
road.
Eliana, Whittier area still?
Wrong side of the road
Correct,
again.
yeah, just entering Santa Fe Springs, Annabelle, wrong side of the road.
Okay, wrong side of the road. So
Sorry,
if you
that-
know anybody who's going to be
Huh?
heading out,
Huh?
very
Oh my God!
concerning here. Reckless driving, you see it all right here.
Almost got T-boned in the middle of that intersection.
Who is going to be on these streets? Please give them a heads up that there's a pursuit, and if you have kids, just please be very, very careful.
Get off the streets if you're in Whittier.
This is always
Tell your people,
so,
get off the
so
streets.
concerning.
Santa
I
Fe
mean,
Springs,
we
Whittier area,
constantly
off the
hear
605,
about,
Whittier
as we
Boulevard
see
in
these drivers
Washington.
just taking
Maniac
off.
on the roads, wrong
We
side
have
of the
seen
street.
Many high-speed pursuits this week, Eliana.
This is so dangerous. Now mounting the curb. Hopefully the curb blows out one of those tires. Headed to a solid red light intersection, wrong side of the road.
And that's saying a lot. So he's continuing here on Washington. So if he continues in this general direction, it will get him back to the 605 freeway. So maybe that's where he's trying to go, to try to get back on a freeway, perhaps to get back to an area that he's more familiar with. Because again, this started in South Los Angeles, so difficult to...
Oh God, oh my God, that intersection had cars in the middle of it. I hate intersections.
Traffic that he ended up here, but wrong side of the road again.
Oh Jesus, oh Jesus, we're on across a double yellow. We almost T-boned that car making a left-hand turn.
Running red lights, and before we even got overhead, we had heard that he had been involved in a couple of crashes. So that wasn't bad enough to take him out of the equation, because it is a bigger...
That back left still wobbling, and we're really gonna need it. If that thing falls off when we're trying to maneuver in the middle of an intersection. We're getting back on the freeway. It's almost a relief, but this is not going to end anytime soon on the freeway.
We're talking about that rear tire there, the left-hand side. Is it flat? I mean, it does look wobbly there.
Yeah, it looks pretty wobbly. We're talking
Oh,
about that rear
oh my
tire.
God. Oh my God. Is this the 605?
These dangerous maneuvers that we have seen him driving all over the...
Holy shit, thank God there's a median there for the wrong side of the freeway.
Well, just to get by, but again, 605 freeway here, southbound. He's been on the 605 before. He took that northbound, but now 605 south. This is going to take him to the 5 freeway, so we'll see if he gets on the 5 or if he continues southbound 605. But as you can see, Annabelle, very busy area here.
He just keeps mounting the curb like it's nothing, and that back left is being held together by Band-Aids.
But he is in the carpool lane. Unknown number of occupants, but as
This
far
is
as
another one of those that you think is going to end badly. We have somehow survived.
Yeah, and again, we don't know
Tragic
this,
crashes,
driver is
innocent
armed,
lives at
what he's
stake.
got in that truck.
If you don't want to see
We
people
just know that
potentially
this
get hurt,
is a
this stream
pursuit
is
that
not for
started
you.
a little after 3
This is-
p.m. It
We don't
started
like to
in
show
the South
death,
LA area.
anything like
First
that on
started
here, but it's a
110
realistic
freeway.
possibility. We've somehow
Was on the
survived
605, was in the
with these
Whittier
people
area.
not getting
Now
into
it's
major
on,
accidents,
was
but
on Washington
it is a very
Boulevard.
realistic
Now it's on the
possibility
southbound
today.
605.
So viewer discretion
Traffic
obviously
is
advised.
building there. We still don't know much information as to where this truck driver or this driver stole this truck from. We're still trying to work and get that information. But you see it there. You see that driver behind the wheel. Again, dangerous situation here for so many people who are just trying to get home or get to their destination, unaware that there's a police pursuit. Any units behind this one now?
Just you're going to get some replays on the right side of the screen now from how crazy this chase has been.
I tried to check it before, but this is the Tapatio, I believe.
Did someone say Tapatio?
Truck wrecking company there. And again, at this point, we believe it's just that driver behind the wheel and nobody else inside from what we can tell. But in terms of units that are directly behind him, I'm only seeing one at this point. So just seeing one unit there. But earlier, I did notice a number of other units that were trailing behind. They're not directly behind him. More of like a surveillance mode earlier with just the airship overhead. But now we do have that one unit behind him. I can't really tell if he's got his lights on. It almost looks like he doesn't. But it really would be a nice warning for other drivers if they could see those police units behind this guy and know that this is a police pursuit, so people can just get out of the way, because this guy is willing to ram anything he needs to try to get away.
Right, and we've been talking about when do officers call it off, right? When do officers decide to pull away?
Oh my God, that replay of the, oh my God. How did he not?
Drivers get that much more reckless.
Car just
when they're
appears
being
off the
followed
left side of
and
your
they see
screen.
units behind them. So
Is he allowed to be in the
that's always a
HOV
question.
lane?
When do
Is there another
officers
passenger in
decide
there?
to
That's
pull back
illegal.
and stop
That's
following these
illegal.
drivers?
You need a second passenger to be in this
So one
lane.
of the things they'll take into consideration, Annabelle, is this just a property crime? Is it just a situation where this person took the car? If it was just that, then they'd be more inclined to just let it go, knowing that they
Here
can
he
get
is
it at some
mounting
other
the
point.
curb, wrong
But
side of the
we have
road, and
also
here it comes.
noticed the number of crimes that this person has already committed, including hit and run. And one of those crashes was pretty bad. It was just off of Garfield, behind the Citadel. We did hear that the other party was requiring an ambulance. So we know that this guy is wanted now for injury, hit and run, in addition to vehicle theft. 10851 is the official code that the police gave on this one, which is how we know that it is a stolen car. So wanted for a number of different things now beyond just being a stolen car. So for that reason, they will likely not let this one go, and will continue to follow him until they can take this person into custody.
Copy.
So
Copy.
aside from it being a stolen car, there's also injury, hit and run, wanted for a number of things. Again, if you're just tuning in, it's 3:27. We are following this pursuit here. We are in what city now, Eliana?
Downey.
We are entering Downey. We're right at the 605
Welcome,
and up on,
ladies and gentlemen,
Flint there.
to Downey, California. All roads lead to Downey. The 605, the 5, the 105, you name it. We have reached Downey Boulevard on the 605, Santa Ana Freeway interchange, all of your favorite exits, California Avenue. We are home indeed, the Mecca. You ever come to Los Angeles on vacation? Some people go to the Venice Boardwalk. Some will go to the Santa Monica Pier. You'll go to West Hollywood to see the sign. You head downtown to see a Lakers game. Real tourists go to Downey, Norwalk to watch police chases. Grab yourself a lawn chair, sit out here and just watch the majesty before you.
Windshield earlier, and I didn't really see anyone unless it's a smaller person, but as far as we can tell, it doesn't look like there's anybody else in there with him. It's a bigger truck, which is going to limit really what police can do in terms of police tactics, like a pit maneuver, because of the size of the vehicle. And obviously at these speeds, they really can't do
Picking
that
up
either.
speed here. We're up to 80 miles an hour, swerving around with some questionable tire wear on the back left. We're up to 85 miles an hour in the HOV.
Look at this, about
86, 87, 88, 90.
It's really difficult to be able to get a spike strip in front of him.
Eliana, so with the spike strip, at what point would they lay it down? They don't know necessarily which direction this driver's going to go. If he's going to go on the 5 freeway or the 605, and it has to be so well planned out because we have other drivers here.
Yeah, that's the problem. They kind of need to figure out where he's going in order to be able to lay a successful spike strip in front of him.
Okay, and you see those
Don't speak it
high
into
speeds there,
existence,
97
Shakespeare. I
miles
agree.
per
Said
hour.
it's really a
I
miracle
know
we don't see
well
more
that
people
at
injured or
times,
worse. There's so many
again,
examples
this
of
is
us
on
getting
the
out of a
southbound
chase with no one
605
hurt somehow,
freeway
some
in the
way.
Downey
Chases this
area.
dangerous
If you know of anybody
easily
who's
can
going
take
to be
many
driving on
people's
those freeways,
lives.
just please give them a
Innocent
heads up.
people just
This
out
is
there
a
doing their
pursuit that
thing,
we've
nothing
been
wrong.
following. It's a little after 3 o'clock. This
3:30
afternoon.
p.m.
So,
Eastern,
wanted for a number of things,
110
including
miles an
stolen
hour
car,
on the
injury, hit and
605,
run.
headed
Our
through
live
Downey,
breaking coverage
Norwalk,
of
coming
this
across
dangerous police
Rosecrans
pursuit
Avenue,
continues on the
California
NBC4
Avenue,
Los
you name
Angeles
it, Downey
News Channel.
Boulevard.
Wherever you stream, we'll have the latest here on the NBC4 News.
We're not
at
going
4.
anywhere.
Meantime, the NBC Nightly News is coming up next, and we will continue to monitor this pursuit on our NBC Los Angeles News Channel.
I think they're going to go away and they'll come right back. I think they'll come. Yeah, they got to come right back. They can't show us the national news. Okay, good. I knew it.
Good afternoon to everyone who is joining
There's
us
Eliana's
on
digital
TLA.com,
voice.
Telemundo 52, and all of our streaming platforms. We continue to follow this high-speed chase making its way southbound.
100 miles an hour.
Freeway through Cerritos, so we're in the area of
Cerritos Auto Square.
Going to be up to the 91 here in just a sec as well.
I do know ball.
Our assignment desk just ran the information on the side of the vehicle. It's believed to be a stolen
Oh, man,
car.
look at the shocks.
That does
Look
go
at the-
back to a business out of northern San Diego. So if
Look at
that
the
were
axle
going,
bounce
there's a
up and
chance
down
that we're
there.
headed southbound.
Brake
This
shocks.
pursuit has been going on now for at least 30 minutes or so. It first started with the LAPD 77th Division, which is near South Los Angeles, south of the 110 freeway at Manchester, roughly. And the airship started tracking it from the 110.
We're drifting out of the HOV lane. We're back into lane number 1.
This has been a dangerous one. High speeds,
Lane number 2.
running red lights, driving on the
Dodge
sidewalk,
Chargers
riding
all
on
over the
vehicles,
place. Look at the
and,
speed,
so
man,
this
in
person
this
not only wanted
flatbed
for
XL
vehicle
Dodge
theft, but
Charger.
also for
We're still in
increasing
Downey.
crime.
That's how
Really
big
feared that
Downey
that
is.
crash was involved in,
The Mecca.
Garfield in
Just keep
Commerce
doing
with,
circles. There's a reason why all roads lead to Downey.
Again, I know a number of occupants, but from what we can tell, it looks like it's just one person, a male, that is behind the wheel, again, of this stolen vehicle.
I'm supposed to be doing my Twitter stream. You guys are going to have to also join me there. I'm going to have to do it a little late.
Yeah, so we're in 605.
Oh God, he's gonna. Did he just make contact, Eliana?
Off the 605 freeway. The 605 freeway, though, Annabelle, is going to come to an end in a little bit.
Did you guys see him make contact with that vehicle?
405, 605.
Just drove right into it.
Rossmore and Seal Beach. So he's going to have to make a decision. He's either going to have to go north or southbound on that 405, unless he exits earlier. We do have a couple of exits left before we get that far. But again,
I know.
our assignment desk ran the information.
We'll just do the Twitter stream a little later, but you guys got to join that one too. Part of the deal for not stopping this one.
Or at least where the driver may be familiar with. So there's a chance this could be taking us south, but for now, in the Lakewood area, just off of the 605 freeway.
I'm actually, yes, I'm sweating this chase. This is from just watching the chase. Second chase of the stream. Is Mexico in play? Mexico's always in play.
Yeah, I mean, these things are gas guzzlers, so I can't imagine that it's going to be able to go that long, considering we've already been going for about 30 minutes, but he could have had a full tank when this all began. And it's also unknown exactly when he took the vehicle. Has he been driving it like he owns it, or is this a situation where he took this today? That is still all unknown to us at this time, but continuing southbound 605 freeway here through Lakewood, going to be coming into areas like North Long Beach and Hawaiian Gardens here on the southbound 605. And again, we're going to be coming up to that 405 freeway here very soon, so he's going to have to make a choice. Going to widen out here for just a second. I want to see how many units are behind him. Hey, so as far as I can tell, at least 2 units.
Wow, they're still engaged.
Somewhat near him, not directly on his tail, but in the area on the 605. Yeah, it does seem wobbly to me too, Annabelle. So we had a pursuit earlier this week out of Camarillo. Very similar situation. Wobbly tire flew right off. Pursuit was over. So it could be that that is what brings things to an end if this guy doesn't run out of gas or crash or just willingly come to a stop. But again, what our assignment desk is getting off of the information off the side of the truck is that.
Well, I imagine, yeah, they're switching units. He's driven through multiple jurisdictions.
That is near Chula Vista,
CHP, LAPD Lakewood. I think he's headed to, he's in Los Alamitos now. He's headed towards Orange County.
We'll see if that's where we end up, but for now we are continuing.
Approaching Anaheim. Look at this. He's going to make contact again almost. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm just getting, I'm getting my bet card ready here because if Giannis is out, I need to make some bets.
Return to an area that is familiar to them, and so if San Diego is it for this person, that could be where we end up. But for now, he is moving.
Oh, we're back on TV.
Getting off of the information off the side of the truck is that this.
Eliana, get rid of the closed captioning.
To a southern San Diego address, and that is near Chula Vista, near the Mexican border. Now, have we had pursuits go all the way to the border? Absolutely. But Mexican authorities don't let it go beyond that. So
Mexico.
That's where we end up. But for now, we are continuing south. So there's a high possibility here. Southbound 605 coming up to the 405.
And we also wrecked again.
Driver gets on the 405 south, and we could very well, head to the border.
Absolutely, it is.
Stop hyping it up. I'm usually joking. We're not that close to Mexico.
Something that we've learned just from covering pursuits is that drivers tend to return to an area that is familiar to them, and so if San Diego is it for this person, that could be where we end up.
So this person, this person's from San Diego. That's why he's probably on the southbound headed that way.
And this is essentially where the 405
Viva la Mexico.
But if we go just a little bit to our east, we do hit the 22 as well. So he's got a few options, or he can just continue on and end up in Long Beach here if he just continues straight. So we'll see what he does for now here, coming through Los Al. It still is the LAPD behind him from what I'm hearing. LAPD 77th Division, so they're out of South LA. I continue to hear them call for CHP, but at this point I haven't noticed any CHP units behind them. When I get a chance here, I'm going to check because they may have just swapped. So let me push in here real quick so I can check. And yep, that's CHP. So finally we got a CHP
Highway Patrol
directly behind the vehicle. But again, it was out of LAPD's jurisdiction where this all began. So usually what they'll let them do is let one LAPD LAPD unit continue to hang with them for when this pursuit comes to an end, so that that LAPD unit can take them back to the station.
Let's talk about game plan here, Eliana. I mean,
Yeah, let's do that.
We've got 2 units behind this truck driver who's driving very, very fast at times, is on the freeway. What could happen here?
So at this point, it's
How
a
far
little
can
bit difficult
Eliana
with it
go?
being
I'd
such a
say
large car, Annabelle.
all the way down to
Normally
past Dana
we could
Point is probably
be
the
talking
limit
about
before they have to
something like a
pass
pit
this off
maneuver,
to
but in this case, the
pass
car's
us
just
off
a
to
little
a
too
San
large.
Diego.
They thought about it, they considered it, but at this point, it doesn't seem
This
like
looks
that's
like an
an option.
interchange,
And it does
22
seem to be getting
east.
on the 22, so he's going to be on the 22.
We're in Seal
coming,
Beach now.
Off the 605, we'll see him come through here in just a second. He's
Where'd he
just
go?
on the other side of this, from what I can tell. But
Where'd
again,
it go?
just off of the 22,
Did he park?
605. And that's actually not going to take him as south as we thought. So we'll see where we
So
end
no
up. But
Mexico.
again,
Damn.
right at the interchange here with the 22 freeway, going over the wash here, and going to be heading westbound here.
Yeah, it's always
on
the
22
opposite
in
of what the
Long Beach.
graphic says. It's if
All
it's
right, and
east,
we
it's
still see
west
that this
because of
driver's
them
driving
facing.
very, very fast there. You see at certain points has reached over 100 miles per hour. On the 22, for anybody who is just joining us, it's 337. Oh boy. Okay, again.
Fishtailing in the intersection, across the double yellow through a solid red.
On the left side.
Wrong side of the road.
But again, it could be losing control because he's driving so fast. And we've been saying that on the scanners, you've been hearing that it's a male driver behind the wheel of
He's fishtailing.
This isn't an easy vehicle to drive either, Annabelle. Look at that. He's
Tire rub.
right between
Side drafting tire rub.
past the ambulance, continuing right next to Cal State Line.
Ah!
Folks, this guy is
Oh, we mount the curve into the intersection, into the spearhead of the median.
back the right way. He's gonna crash.
Oh my God, we're gonna crash. Boom. Oh my God.
I am so sorry. This guy is out of his mind. Continuing here on 7th Street. If you're in the area,
5 stars.
stay inside, watch out.
5
This
stars.
guy is on a
Oh my God.
through the Long Beach
Rampage.
right next to Cal State
5-star
Line.
rampage.
has not stopped one bit. I mean,
Oh, front left is down. Front left is down. Front left is down. We're grinding on the front left. We're grinding on the front left. There's the rubber. As soon as he turns, that rubber could come flying off the axle.
If you are in this area, just stay out of it. Stay far away from it as far away as you can. It's concerning.
I don't know how much longer this can go on for. I can't get rid of the closed captioning either in the middle here, people. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's on none. It's not me, it's the broadcast.
At Santiago Avenue, and I'm gonna push in here, Annabelle.
Oh yeah, let's push in further. Oh my God.
Which we weren't even talking about before.
Front left is about to fall off, and then we're going to have a Katy Perry challenge. And knowing the aerodynamics of this XL Dodge Charger, we're going to see some serious sparks. Oh my God, here we go. We're swerving through the spearhead again.
And that other tire to the rear.
Oh my God, the car should make a look that turn. We're doing 60 miles an hour. Oh my God, wrong side of the road. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Boom. Oh God.
Spun it around, and he doesn't care that he just left that person likely injured, in damaged vehicle. This guy has been involved in so many crashes.
Slow
since this
down.
began about 40 minutes ago, Annabelle, and unfortunately, he just continues striking.
Oh my God.
Look at that. I mean,
Oh my
how
God.
many
Just
have we
destroyed
seen?
that Dodge Charger.
7 now.
At least, Annabelle, and that's just.
We're in Long Beach. Get people off the streets in Long Beach. Tell your people do not go outside in Long Beach. Oh no! Oh my God! Fucking A.
Oh my gosh, and are those pedestrians there too? Okay. Stop being. Let's see what happens here.
We do see the driver door open. No way, this guy's not.
How's he still walking? How's he still walking?
He's walking?
Yeah. Wow, he is. Oh my gosh. He's walking like nothing just happened. This is to this guy. This is a lazy Friday afternoon, just walking down the street here on 7th Avenue here in Long Beach. So incredibly dangerous. Police weren't that far behind, though. We should see them come into the frame here soon. This guy, if anyone needs to be taken into custody, this guy needs to be taken into custody. But for now, continuing his leisurely stroll here on 7th, making the turn onto Miramar.
And I'm just wondering, is he walking so that he tries to, blend in with anybody?
I've never heard
else?
Eliana like that
Clearly have
before.
an eye on him, and
Never heard
deputies
Eliana like that.
Officers are well behind him.
She's
as well,
justified,
so they will
too.
be coming to him soon.
Where is the
How it
CHP?
is that he could just walk away, Annabelle.
they weren't able,
After
obviously, to
all
go
the
through the
collisions he
intersection
was
in the same
involved
way. And they're
in, I
probably
would be in
tending
a
to all of those
I
injured
would be
people
able
that
to
he
move.
just
But yet this guy
demolished.
is
And this
still
guy's just
walking.
walking
I
away
know
like
he's
nothing
got that
happened.
energy built up from the pursuit, making his way here northbound on Miramar Avenue, just north of 7th. So this is a residential area of Long Beach. Homes on either side of the road. Airship, of course, is overhead with us, the police airship that is. So he is letting the units on the ground know where this guy is so that they can take him into custody. And my heart hurts for everyone that was just involved in all of those crashes. Long Beach Fire is going to have a very busy afternoon here. They're responding to that now to try to tend to those people. We've got Long Beach Hospital not far away.
Here comes a unit.
Pulling up right
Oh,
now.
no,
This
not
is
the pursuit
LAPD,
tree.
folks. LAPD here in
Oh,
Long Beach.
they're going to spear
Long
him.
Beach going down for the,
Underneath the pursuit tree, of
West
course.
here, that man right under the tree. I think he's just on the other side. Looks like
Is
he
he
might be
running?
trying to run away a little bit. But as George Marcineau, my pilot here at News Shop Report, brings the helicopter around, we're going to see finally this guy be taken into custody by what appears to be at least half a dozen LAPD officers from the LAPD 77th Division.
You know, this is so upsetting. This pursuit finally coming to an end with this guy in custody after hurting so many innocent people, wrecking at least 7 cars. This guy led officers on a wild chase there, going well over 100 miles at times. This truck.
What
was
happened
first
to that
spotted on
officer on the
110 freeway.
sidewalk?
We started that pursuit at that point. And we saw him go on side streets. You, Eliana, saw him drive on sidewalks. We saw him drive recklessly on the streets, back on the freeway, off of the freeway, back on the freeway, and then just some crazy crashes. And then
Yeah.
crashing, going into
Might
the
have
parking
gotten
lot and
kicked in the
crashing there
nuts.
too before walking out of that vehicle, that stolen truck. So you see it there. This guy is now in custody. But yeah, like you said, Eliana, you feel for all of those people, those innocent people who were just going about their business on a Friday afternoon, and they get stuck with this now.
Absolutely, and some of the injuries that people likely sustain due to those high impact, high velocity crashes, that can be life debilitating. So we absolutely hope that everyone is going to be okay.
Man, there's so many people that were just involved in that. There's so many
So
people.
we'll get a chance to see the firefighters do their work, the paramedics to help all of those people and likely get them to area hospitals if that's what is necessary. But I just can't believe that after everything this guy has gone through with all of those collisions, that he was somehow still able to fight and put up a fight here.
Just
with
how did he
the
walk
officers.
away
It's
from
taken
that?
so long
How do you
to
walk
take him
away
into
from that?
custody. We do see his hands are cuffed. I think they might even be tying his feet too.
He of all people is the one
I
who
believe
walks
that
away
that
from it.
officer there to the far right is doing.
Life is not
He
fair
is fighting
sometimes.
with them for in a situation where he really just should comply. I'm going to ask George, George, can you just move just a touch to the right? We do have a tree slightly in the way, but we'll get you a slightly better shot of that man. Again, down on the ground, he's wearing that white shirt. Again, now we didn't see anybody else get out of the vehicle, so we do think that he was the only one. But when officers get a chance, they're also going to clear that vehicle and make sure that nobody else is inside.
My goodness. All right, Eliana, thank you and the team for monitoring this, for being above this pursuit, this wild pursuit. We will, of course, continue to have the latest for you on the NBC4 News at 4. Join us then.
Well, that was the chase. 2 chases. You know the drill by now. At Skywalk Alerts on Twitter. Follow the account. Turn on your notifications here, there, if needed. I'm going to go try and do a Twitter stream about basketball now. Wish me luck. Certainly wish the best for everyone that was involved in this chase as well. All right, people. See you on the timeline.